You're talking about a nuclear armed country that is using the most sophisticated weaponry in the world, fighting against people wearing Adidas sandals, keffiyehs, and homemade incendiary devices that they're, I have to say, quite bravely running up and dropping them in Israeli tanks. It's not like they're launching cruise missiles from another nation at Israel. Israel attacks the legitimate grievances or rights of people. So you want to criminalize them and make it seem like the asserting their rights or trying to uphold the rights of people of Gaza is somehow the crime itself. Focusing on the issue of demilitarization implies that Israel's genocide is justifiable because of some pistols and rifles and homemade explosive devices that remain in the hands of the Palestinian resistance. What does Qassam brigades actually have? They put out videos of their operations. They are making weapons by repurposing Israeli ordnance. They have pistols, they have small arms fire, they're engaged in small-scale guerrilla warfare. The level of importance that Israel has placed on this, to say that genocide must continue until they lay down their weapons. You're talking about a nuclear armed country that is using the most sophisticated weaponry in the world, fighting against people wearing Adidas sandals, keffiyehs, and homemade incendiary devices that they're, I have to say, quite bravely running up and dropping them in Israeli tanks. It's not like they're launching cruise missiles from another nation at Israel. It's also a distraction from the fact that this force of people using repurposed Israeli weapons and, to an extent, domestically manufactured weapons, that Israel has totally failed to defeat them. They're trying to achieve through diplomatic means what they haven't been able to achieve militarily. What they've managed to do is kill tens upon tens upon tens of thousands of Palestinians, and yet there is still resistance. There are still Israeli soldiers being killed. So the Israelis need to promote this fiction, this boogeyman that is somehow armed to the teeth. Let's talk about October 7th. Prior to the genocide starting in this way, what was used to conduct the operations on October 7th? You had domestically retrofitted drones that were basic over-the-counter drones, the kind you can buy on Amazon or anywhere else, to go over and to disable some of the surveillance operations on the concentration camp fence. You had a limited supply of domestically manufactured RPGs, and some of them that were bought from Israelis on the black market. You had semi-automatic and automatic weapons. You had hang gliders, etc. None of this was a nation-state arsenal of weapons that was used on October 7th. Israel has constantly made it seem as though it is Iran in terms of the kind of weaponry that it has. And it's just a big lie. The whole thing has been a lie. The entire point of it is to say Palestinians should have no rights to any self-defense. That's the entire point of this. So they exaggerate it and they make it seem like they have some arsenal of offensive weaponry.